The FP10 is a great recording system. It has 8 sweet sounding mic inputs. I can properly record a drum set or anything else for that matter. If I want more channels, I can daisy chain 3 FP10s together for 24 tracks of recording simultaneously. Setting up the FP10 is simple. First, install the FP10 driver from the included CD, then connect the Firewire cable and the FP10 syncs immediately. The next step is to load Cubase LE4 recording software along with the included plugins, virtual instruments, samples, and drum loops. Now that everything's installed, I'll open Cubase LE4 recording software, start a new project, and begin building a song. I first set the tempo of my song in the transport control and then enable the click track. The song I'm going to record has a tempo of 145 beats per minute. Recording with the click track keeps the song at a steady tempo so that when musicians record one at a time, there will be a solid foundation that everyone can play to. For this song, I will first record a guide track of acoustic guitar and vocals, and then record drums, bass, and then my final guitar and vocal tracks. I'll start by adding 16 audio tracks by right-clicking the track list area and selecting Add Audio Track. I'll then input 16, select Mono, and press OK. Now that everything is in place, I'm ready to lay down some scratch acoustic and vocal tracks. This will create a structure for my song so that I can lay down keeper tracks later on. To do this, I'll set the first 2 mono audio tracks to inputs, 1 for the acoustic guitar and 2 for the vocal microphone. Now that I've assigned the inputs, I click on the monitor button to hear my microphone and guitar and adjust my levels on the FP10 so that my levels are as high as possible in Cubase, but not clipping. Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Now that my level is good, I'll go ahead and record. To do this, I set my cursor to the beginning of the song, record enable my tracks, and press record. One, two. Step up to the Ferris wheel. Get inside the cage for a ride you won't believe. Now that my guide tracks are recorded, I'm going to move into recording the drums. Today, B.B. Peters is here to cut some drum tracks for me. On the bass drum, I have 2 microphones. I have one inside the bass drum and one facing the batter head. On the snare drum, I have 2 microphones, one on the top and one below to catch the snares. I also have a microphone on the up tom and a microphone on the floor tom. And I also have 2 overheads above the drum set, one left and one right. Each microphone is connected to a different microphone input on the FP10. I'll assign the inputs to correspond to the drum microphones and label each track. I set the input levels on the FP10 by having BB hit each drum one at a time as hard as he will be playing and adjust the input on the FP10 so that the recording levels are as high as possible without clipping. BB will listen to the guide tracks as well as the click track to record the drums. For the recording, I'll monitor through the headphone output on the FP10 and connect an HP4 to the Q output of the FP10, where BB can monitor through his headphones. I'll now record enable all drum tracks, bring the cursor to the beginning of the song and press record. 1, 2. Step up to the Ferris wheel. Get inside the cage for a ride you won't believe. Circus clowns run the show. Cool. Next, I'll record the bass. I'll connect the bass to the instrument input on channel 1, enable a new track, and record into Cubase LE4. Now that we've laid down the drums and bass, we'll add keys. Included in your software is AAS's Lounge Lizard VST instruments. Complete with fully modifiable Rhodes and Wurlitzer sounds, Lounge Lizard brings the perfect addition to this project. To add Lounge Lizard, right-click your project area, select Add Instrument Track, and choose Lounge Lizard from the drop-down list. I'll connect my keyboard to the USB input on my computer. I then choose USB audio device, located in the drop-down box to the left of the MIDI channel. Now that I've connected and have chosen the right sound, it's time to record. The final step in completing my song is to re-record my vocal and guitar tracks to replace the scratch tracks that I recorded earlier.
Step up to the Ferris wheel, get inside the cage, for a ride you won't believe. Circus clowns run the show, and now you're spinning.
Once everything is tracked, I press F3 for my mixer and begin setting the final volume levels, stereo pan, equalization, and add any effects that may be needed for each track. The FP10 comes with many useful plugins, including EQs, compressors, reverb, delay, guitar amp simulators, and all of the essentials that you need to create a great mix. Now that I've finished tracking and mixing my song, I want to create an MP3 to put on the web. I'll do this by first selecting the area I want to record, then going to File, Export, and then Audio Mix Down. From here, I can name my file and save it as several different file types. In this case, I'll save it as a WAV file. I can then burn a CD or create an MP3 with third-party software that I can email to another bandmate or place on my MySpace page. As you can see, the FP10 is a powerful tool that makes recording and creating your own music easier than ever. The people at PreSonus Audio have many valuable resources on their website, as well as an online forum to give you more information into the world of digital recording. Check out www.presonus.com and enjoy recording your own music.
Be careful what you wish for. Welcome to the big time. The stars are shining bright above.